When you use something as a means, you are not really interested in it. For example, if you are painting just to be appreciated, your focus is on appreciation, not on the painting. Your heart is not there. You are already imagining, dreaming about how you will be appreciated. And because your constant worry is how to be appreciated, you will paint something that will not come out of you spontaneously. You will paint something others are bound to like. You will paint it according to them. You will become very poor painter. You will not allow your genius to come out. Because the genius is not easily appreciated, remember it. The more talented you are, the more genuine your intelligence is, the less is the possibility of being easily appreciated. The greater possibility is that you will be condemned. Why? Because a genius brings something new into the world. So new that old criteria don't fit with it, and the old criteria are deep-rooted in the human mind. They cannot easily go away. The genius has to create not only his poetry, his painting, his dance, his music. He also has to create new criteria by which to judge them. Vincent van Gogh was not appreciated in his time. One of the greatest painters the world has ever known. He lived in utter poverty. His brother supported him. But his brother was not much in favor of his painting either, because it was not paying. So what is the point of doing something that does not pay? On the contrary, because of Van Gogh's paintings, people used to think he was mad. He was painting in such a new way as it had never been done before. He had his own vision. He was a genius. In his paintings, trees are so high that they reach the stars. Stars are very close and trees grow very far away. Now who is going to appreciate this painting? Any schoolchild can say, "This is nonsense. Stars are not so close, and trees. Who has seen such big trees reaching above the stars?" But Vincent van Gogh used to say, "Whenever I see a tree, this is my feeling that the earth is trying to reach the stars, to go beyond the stars, through the trees. These are the hands of the earth, reaching for the unknown, for the transcendental. And I love my earth, hence my stars are small and my trees are big. I am part of this earth. I am also a hand of my earth. To me, stars are small. This is not a question of astronomy, physics, mathematics. It is a totally different vision. Trees are seen as ambitions of the earth, love, affairs of the earth with the sky. But who is going to appreciate him? In one of his paintings, the sun is painted black. Now who has ever seen a black sun? But he used to say that the sun that shines outside is black. Compared to the sun that is inside, it is a comparison. Kabir will agree. Kabir says, "When I saw the inner sun, then I knew that the outer sun is just a black hole. When I saw my inner life, then I knew that the outer life is nothing but another name for death." The moment the inner is known, suddenly the outer starts fading away. Now Van Gogh is talking in a mystic way. He is a mystic. But who will understand? It will take years for people to understand. Van Gogh lived and died unappreciated, unknown. He remained absolutely unknown in his lifetime. You will be surprised to know that now, each of his paintings is so valuable that no other painting can compete. Even Picasso's paintings are not so valuable. Millions and millions of dollars for a single painting. In his own day, in his whole life, Van Gogh could not sell a single painting. He had to distribute his paintings to friends, or to the man who used to gulf him a cup of tea in the morning, free of charge. Those same paintings now cost millions and millions of dollars. People had discarded them. People accepted them out of politeness, because as far as they were concerned, it was all junk, so why collect it? Vincent van Gogh committed suicide when he was only 33. It was impossible to live. He could not earn a single cent. His brother used to give him money, but just enough to exist, to survive. He needed money to paint, for the canvas and the colors and the brushes. So this was his arrangement. He used to get money every Sunday for 1 week. So every week for 3 days he would eat. And for 4 days he would fast, so that money could be saved to purchase canvases, colors, and other things that he needed. To me, Van Gogh's fasting is far more significant than all the fasts that have been done by your so-called saints. This fasting has something beautiful in it, something spiritual in it. When your so-called saints go on a fast, it is a means they are fasting so that they can reach heaven and enjoy all the heavenly joys. But Van Gogh's fasting has a totally different quality to it. L is his love to create. And why did he commit suicide? That too has a tremendous significance. It is no ordinary suicide. In fact, a man like Van Gogh cannot do anything in an ordinary way. He committed suicide because he said, "Whatsoever I wanted to paint, I have painted. Now, just to exist is pointless. I have given what I came to give, now I can go back to the original source. There is no need to live in the body anymore. I have contributed." Years and years passed. Then slowly he was appreciated. Now he is thought to be one of the greatest painters in the world. This has been so with all the geniuses in their own time. They are condemned by the masses, condemned by the crowd, condemned by the priests, condemned by the politicians. They are appreciated by only very few people, sensitive, receptive, intelligent, only by very few people, who have the capacity to see something that is new, unknown, that has never happened before. Only by very few people who can put their minds aside and look. I would like you to be creative, but don't be bothered about appreciation. Don't be bothered that you will be gaining fame, a name through it. Whenever the motive is to gain something out of creativity, you are no longer interested in it. You become a technician, you are no longer an artist. You may do the painting, and you may do it perfectly. Technically perfectly, but it will not have the soul, it will not be alive, because you will not be there. You will be looking all around for the appreciators to come. And you will always paint accordingly, so that they can appreciate. There are people who say only what people want to hear. These people will be very famous, known, appreciated, respected. But they are mediocre people. The genius speaks what arises in his heart. He does not care a bit whether anybody is going to like it or not. He says it straight, he says it direct. He never thinks of the results and the consequences. Be creative in that sense, and your creativity will become an offering to God. God has given you so many gifts. Something has to be done, just in deep thankfulness. But remember, with no motive, not as a means, but as an end unto itself. Art for art's sake, and creation for creation's sake. And love for love's sake, and prayer for prayer's sake. And that's how one slowly becomes religious. The religious person lives in the moment. He has no worry about the future. Not even about the next moment. When it comes, it will come. He does not prepare for it. He lives this moment, and out of this moment, the next will be born. And if this moment has been beautiful, this moment has been a benediction. The next is going to be, of course, a deeper benediction, a greater blessing. You say, I have this feeling that I need to do to be worthy. The need to do can be a gut feeling, because we have too much energy. And the energy wants to dance. The energy wants to paint. The energy wants to sing. The energy wants to do something. But this can't be a gut feeling. I need to do to be worthy. That is a feeling that has been put inside you. Like scientists put electrodes in the brain, and then a person can be manipulated. Just like that, the society has been going on down the ages. It creates a conscience in you. Do this, this is right, approved, respected. Don't do that, that is unworthy of you. You will be condemned if you do it. And a kind of division is created within you between right and wrong, between the should and the should not. The problem is that no should can never be a fixed phenomenon. It changes with life. No right is always right, and no wrong is always wrong, so to decide beforehand is dangerous. I don't teach you conscience. Conscience means right and wrong are like things decided. This is a rose and that is a lotus. And this is a stone and that is a diamond. Decided. Decided forever, right and wrong are not things. They change. Life is a river-like phenomenon. What is right today may not be right tomorrow. One Zen master asked his disciple, "What is God?" The disciple bowed down, remained silent. The master blessed him and said, "This is good, I am happy." Next day, again, the master asked the disciple, "What is God?" Of course, now the disciple had learned, so he bowed down, an even deeper bow, remained quiet. Even closed his eyes, and the master hit him hard on the head and said, "You stupid!" The disciple was puzzled. He said, "But what has happened? Yesterday, you were so happy, and the answer is the same. Even better than yesterday." The master said, "That is where you went wrong. Yesterday was yesterday, today is today. Now you are simply repeating a ready-made formula. Now you are not being true, not being spontaneous, not being responsible. Now you have learned a trick. How can the same answer be right today? 24 hours have passed. So much water has gone down the Ganges.